Welcome, everybody, to the Broken Wing Racing League. This is the GT3 Sprint Championship. We're here at Suzuka for round 9 of the season 16. And it's pretty close, in practice at least, for a lot of these drivers. Looking at the top 10, you have the leader, Peter Flanner, in the Pro class. He's in P1, and then followed behind him is the AM class leader of Aiden Gwartz. Max Poe in P5, he is the leading Pro-Am driver, and then Joshua D, who's P15, is the leading class of the rookies. There's quite a few drivers out there on the track as well. We have 44 drivers, all in attendance, no signups without someone not driving. Someone's driving. There's Joshua D right there into the off track. Oh, lost a wing, I think. Anyway, as it stands for the ranking sheet right now, after round 8, we have Jacob Simmons still leading P1 over Ryan Otis, who's in second, and Gage Heinz is in third. Jeff Koffold is leading the Pro-Ams with Elliot A. Burton in second, and Marshall Scary is in third. Followed by Jason Daly, who's leading in the AM class over Aiden Gwartz, who's in second, with Seth Hansen in third. With a win, or if a qualifying comes down to what the pace Aiden has in practice, he's going to lead by a lot. Jake Daly, or Jason Daly, is in P3 at the moment in class, but P16. It's a huge jump from P2 to P16 there. In between them is Matt Benson, who's in he's in 11th in class right now. Going over to our ranking sheet, we have Valhalla leading. That's Gage Heinz and Jeff Koffold leading right now. The team championship, Austin Squared Racing of Austin J. McGill, Jason Daly's in second. Draft Punk Gold of Elliot Burton, Peter Flanner in third. Thunder Thighs Racing, Dylan Thomas, Jacob Simmons in fourth. Team Juice of Joshua Jablonski, Seth Hansen in fifth. No longer radio controlled is Marshall Scary and Zach Peterson. Aiden Gwartz and Richard Swiderski is Savage Racing, and they're in 7th. 8th place, we have 499 Racing of Kevin R. Millard and Ryan Otis. Mid-Pack Mafia Motorsports of Angel Manolo Soto and Forrest Holland in 9th. Texas Racing Team, the Texas Racing Team, Charlie Bass and Nolan Todd in 10th. The Little Lugnuts of Charles Whedon and Christopher Chitterling in 11th. Kathleen Golo Motorsports of Craig Carroll and Steve McAllister in 12th. Bluth Company Racing of Chris Lambeth and Eric Koonsman in 13th. I think both drivers are here in attendance, too. I'm almost positive on that fact, but I don't think I saw Chris earlier. But his teammate is. I did see one of the Bluths out there. It's not a Chris, maybe. Anyway, P14 is Rockstar Energy of Darius Timms and Drew Stiles. Narwhal Racing Team of Joshua Grasso and Noah Hoskinson is in 15th, and G-Spec Racing of Colin Giddings is in 16. I wonder, has Colin showed up since? And you know what's funny is the last two teams have not showed up since the first race. Well, that's unfortunate. Thanks, Nor, for that. Yeah, couldn't under the weather last go ahead, but apparently it was a pretty good one, a really good one. It was a 1-2-3 for the Valhalla drivers, something like that, which is cool. I saw most of it when Matt Benson was broadcasting. So that's 44 confirmed drivers as well. Every driver has participated in a legal lap that is out there. Out of that grouping, we have 8 pro drivers at the moment. We have 13 Pro-Am drivers that are out there on track. We have 14 amateur class drivers. And then we have 9 rookie class drivers. Pretty good mix. We have a lot of the same consistency of drivers we have there on track. Yeah, I'm seeing some new faces. We got ooh, and it's an anime waifu livery. We gotta zoom in on that one. This is for Trey Mistack, everybody. He's a fan of anime waifus. And there's one right there on a Porsche. How lovely. It's a Miku. Everyone knows a Miku, right? That's like common knowledge in the zeitgeist. Don't put that one on me. Well, welcome, Gene McClon. I don't know if I said that right, but we have Isaac Gardner, who stopped off on track right there. We'll see another driver here. Mike Klein, he is in the pits. Let's see what this one looks like. He's also just completely black. No livery on that one. The guy that's in front of him, not actually, you can't see him on screen. Let's click over to someone else. But Ethan Coyne? That's a name that's new, I think. Well, welcome to the league. All of you guys, welcome to the league. Carter A. Thompson also out there. Is it just everyone in a McLaren with no livery? That's what it looks like. That's another driver that's out there. Angel's been here before. There's Brandon Burns. All right, Jake Daly's out there. Oh. A lot of liveries that just don't look like they're anything. That's nothing. But I mean, it's clear. I mean, I prefer carbon fiber because why not? Liveries are overrated, folks. Take a look at some of them. It's Chris Stewart rejoins us after I think he took a little break. Wasn't here for the first half, but showed up for the second half. Yeah, both rounds. So welcome back, Chris. Anyone else out there? Chris Chitterling. Battle the Chris's again. Because Lambeth isn't here. Joshua Justice. Get his livery. Got something there. I think it says like meow on the side. Oh, Tylenol. Never mind. Listen to me. Mom's spaghetti. Nice. Prashant Jayaraman's back. Jackson Shalak is out there with a personal best, a 159.7. With 2 minutes 31 seconds left on the clock, I will go over what's going on here. Peter Flanner leads with a 157.8. His best is a 156, actually, though. That was his last lap. So we have 156s from P1 to P7, followed by Jacob Simmons, who's in the pits. We'll go to his next successor, Chris Chitterling. P8 with a 157.027 from Jacob Simmons. Leads the 157s all the way down to P22. That's a lot of drivers in the 157s. So then you go to Brandon Burns, who's in the pits. We'll take a good look at his livery there. Brandon Burns leads the 158s, and that's P23 all the way down to P36, which is Seth Hansen, last of the drivers in the 158s. Then it goes 159s of Andrew Frank in P37 all the way down to P43. The 44th driver is slightly out of it, but he... how many laps did he do? Oh, he's done 15 laps. Oh, he's good. That's a consistent margin there. So he's just one second out of the other grouping there, but we'll see some on-track shenanigans. Oh. Who took a header there? Was that... Oh, I think they already reset. That's unfortunate. Wanted to take a look. Ryan Otis out there on track. He is second in the championship. If we looked at their overall points, not separated by much. Jacob Simmons has 1,894 points, and Ryan Otis has 1,873 points. Followed by the third driver. Christ. Thank you, Carolina Dog, for that follow. Yeah, that just... Guy who forgot to change his audio settings. Appreciate that one. And for the resubbing, there's still just Connor. God. Oh my god, that just gave me a heart attack. Oh, cool. This is over. I don't have to bring this up anymore. We're switching over to qualifying, which means brief message from our title sponsor, SimNote. And we are back. Thank you for subbing there. How to what? How to what? Well, that's it. All right. Appreciate that, guys, with the prime. All right. Qualifying is underway. We have 15 minutes of qualifying. Well, actually, we have 14-14 at this point. Jeff Koffold is the leading driver out there on track, so we will get a good look at what he's going to be able to do on board shortly. A hype train. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, we're here at Suzuka. It's a great track. Great track for racing as well. It's going to be exciting. I think we haven't been back here in over a season, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was like season 12, maybe? No, that was, sorry, it's 14. I'm getting mixed with all these. I can't even remember I started streaming these as well. I think it was like season 6 or 7. It was a long time ago. I was a young man. Still am. As he approaches the backstretch and into 130R. We are almost underway. And what can Jeff Koffold, the driver leading the Pro-Am Championship, do? And he's just approaching the snake or the S's. I mean, it's called snake, but I think everything that kind of does this whole lefty, righty, righty, lefty, all S's. At least to me. Through Dunlop he goes and into next one. Ryan Otis, only driver so far on a flying lap, has an off track, so his first lap won't count. Through the hairpin. It's looking good for Jeff right now. Bakes. Talk about when it rains and it pours. I said that, you know, Ryan Otis was the only one with an off track, but we've got, I'm going to say a third of the field is now fully off tracks. Just a lot of them are pouring in on this their first lap. Really sticks in with it, holding it together. Brave. Now it crosses the line. That'll be Jeff in P1 provisionally. We'll see what else happens here. Ryan Otis is counted. Interesting. Said he had an off track, but maybe that's at the end of his first, or when he's still on his out lap. Well, my thing is lying to me. That's what that is. Well, there we go. Ryan Otis in P1, Gage Hines in second, Jeff Koffold in third, Alex Sear in fourth. It's provisional, but we'll go with it. Peter Flanner in fifth, Chris Shirley in sixth, Kurt Moss in seventh so far, John Trevecki in eighth, Joshua Jablonski in ninth, Dylan Thomas in 10, Marshall Scary 11, Jake Daly 12, Elliot Burton 13. Whoa! Jake Daly spins. Braden Daniels in 14, Brandon Burns 15. Oh, now 16 is Aiden Gwertz goes to 12th, Richard Swirecki in 17th, Eric Koonsman in 18, Adam Tingle 19. Zach Peterson 20, Seth Hansen 21, Joshua Justice in 22, Tyler Kern in 23, Charlie Bass 24, Max Klein in 25. Now into 26 as Jackson Sherlock goes to 22nd, Steve McAllister 27, Andrew Frank in 28. Those are the drivers that have qualified so far with a lap on the board. We still have drivers that have not set a lap just yet. Rodrigo Theory's out there with one of them that hasn't set a time. Matt Benson, we can proudly say that Valhalla livery is fully intact with its bright encoding. It only took like 5 seasons, or however long it's been. And Schruber Racing explains why he loves pickles. I'm going to explain why I love seeing Chris on track, but he's never here. When I'm here, I guess. You were at Mexico City, but that was short-lived. Yeah, it was very short-lived. It's unfortunate. Jeff Koffold has now set the fastest time on the board, but Kay and Ryan Otis flip it. No, he can't. Marshall Scarry goes faster with into 7th with that time on the board. Max Poe into P1 with that time on the board, 156.9. Austin McGill now goes into 1st. Jacob Simmons goes into 4th. Someone else went fast. I can't even remember it. Yeah, just haven't been feeling it lately. Taking the rest of the season off. Oh, that's commendable. I mean, you gotta do what you do. Rodrigo Theory goes to 25th with that time. Brandon Burns improves to 15th. Gene McClellan, new driver to the league, into 15th with that time on the board. Eric Koonsman improves into P18 with that time for Bluth Company Racing. Aiden Gwertz into 8th with that time on the board, 157.8. Adam Tingle with a 158. He just blinked out of existence for me. Steve McAllister improves into 30th with that time. Charlie Bass into 27th with his time. Still stands the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. John Javecki into 6th. I don't think I saw that one earlier. Kurt Moss into 10th. Definitely didn't see that. Oh, Angel Bonello Soto into 19th. He didn't have a time previously. Oof. And now we have Lee Winters. He's P38. Carter A. Thompson's out there in P37. Ethan Coyne in and that's actually a cool livery. Into 34th with that time of them. Can't see all of it. Zach Pearson at 29th. I don't know if I saw that one earlier. Joshua D into 19th with his time on the board. No change right there in the top 5 so far. Top 10. It's all been the same. Alex Zier was that 9th one. Jeff Koffold retakes P1. Ryan Otis snags it right back. Can Austin McGill do anything here? Peter Flander goes into 5th. John Javecki into 7th. Gage Heinz into 6th. Jacob Simmons goes down into 8th, but is he responding? Austin McGill responded. He goes to 2nd with that time on the board. It was 156.7. Jacob Simmons, no time on that last one. Elliot Burton into 10th with his time just across the board right there. Goes down 1 because Kurt Moss, just behind him, now retakes P10. Isaac Gardner is out there. 3 laps in. No time has been set for him just yet. Tyler Kern improves into P29 with that time on the board. And Eric Koonsman improves into 22nd. He was 18th, but, you know, times are tough. People are really quick. 158.5 on that one. Trey Mistack's out there, on 4 laps, but, you know, he's not going to set a lap. Matt Benson improves to P10. That puts him just 1 position behind the AM class leader, Aiden Gwertz, who's in 9th. Prashant Jayaraman is another driver who has yet to set a time. Is this a time for him? Jackson Sherlock improves into 33rd, sorry. Prashant crosses the line again with no time set as well. So we have 2 drivers who are technically trying to set laps, have not set laps just yet. Max Klein's out there. These are the new guys, but I'm trying to cycle through some of them. Joshua D is not leading the rookies, actually. It's going to be a different driver. It's going to be Gene. Where is that guy? Oh, it's this one. For those who didn't see in practice, we got a Miku on the board. An anime waifu is on this Porsche. Just saying. He is also leading the rookies right now in P17. Is Ryan Otis still holding that first spot there? All right, we got enough of it. John Javecki in second is improved from P6, I believe. And now Austin McGill's in third, Jeff's in fourth. The leading Pro-Am driver in fourth in the overall, first in class. And then John McClon. How do you know how you say that? Like Cluon? McCluon. Cluon. I'm going to go with Cluon. Cluon. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Oh, I was going to say that was it, but Carter A. Thompson just went to the pits, took the fastest time off a Gene, and is now in P11 overall, first in class. Oh, Isaac Gardner did set a time. He's in P36 right now. Jackson Sherlock improves into 28th. And now we have Prashant Jayaraman. Is this a lap for him? Is it valid? No, it's still not valid. Not looking good for Prashant right now. It's 5 laps, and not a single one of them is valid just yet, but we're holding hope. Chris Schitterling improves into P10. Max Poe had some pretty strong pace towards the start of this qualifying, and this was actually his most improved lap on the last one, that 156.9, only earning him P6. Alex Zier in 12th. The best time on the board is a 156.622, and that one was a 157, which is not going to be it. And he's got Joshua Justice just ahead of him in such a margin that it might be enough to really maybe hold him back slightly. Oh. Well, it's not going to hold him back anymore. But I don't know. that looks incidental. Accidental, I mean to say. Oh, man. We're not even at the race yet, guys. Oh. Trying to find somebody, just randomly clicking to see if anyone's getting closer to the end of this. Oh, look at that. Connor Burns with the... What's it? Texas Longhorns? I don't know college football stuff that well. Try to get a better view. Or is it just Texas in general? I know they have orange V Vols? I don't know. I don't know what that is. The Vols? No one's improved. Everyone's still out there, but no one's improved. I'll say that. I mean, people are all out there, but nothing's going on. We got Gage Heinz though. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds left. He's probably gonna be able to. He will definitely be able to do another run. But I'm curious to see if he goes for that other run. Alex Zier improves to P10. One of the only drivers so far that has improved on the last set of laps here. Gage Heinz not on a personal best for him. So, and Peter Flanner also didn't set a time on that last lap. Elliot Burton improves, I think, or is that Marshall Scary? P17 for Marshall Scary, Elliot Burton in P18. Peter Flanner out there, he's still going for it. So is Jeff. Austin McGill is going to hold it in P3 for the moment, provisionally. Let's see if he keeps it. John Javecki's holding on to second in the pits, so they're not running for it. Ryan Otis is the quickest driver, but he's also still out there. This will be his last one. Try to cycle back if I can. This is... Alright, Aiden's going again. We got drivers that are stopping. Ah! Is that Trey? Trey's not doing anything. I mean, Matt Benson didn't cross, I think... He might have gotten across the line in time. I'm not sure if that's the case. Matt Klein, no improvement there. Next one's going to be Joshua D. And then Chris Chitterling. An easy way. No, Chris, he's not. Chris is still out there. Then Jeff. Lovely to see that. It's a great way to celebrate the end of qualifying. Jeff went in the pits. Adam Tingle crossed the line into 25th. I think it's Ryan Otis in the pits as well. Oh, Elliot Burton goes for the pits. Braden Daniels. All right. What the heck is that? I mean, somebody's like honking in the pit lane. I don't think you can honk. It's the Tennessee Vols. I just saw a big T. Well, thanks for telling me. All right, Angel Manila Soto goes into the pits. So does Eric Koonsman. And we do have one more driver that's out there. Nope, that's Angel Bonello Soto that wasn't going in the pits. He crosses his line, improves into P29 with that time on the board. That's actually pretty awesome. And then we have Ethan Coyne. That was my livery. Nice. What is this livery, by the way? Goodfellas Sim Racing. It looks cool. It's got some really nice features on it. The color scheme. Pretty nice. He was on a personal best on that last lap. And this lap, I don't think counted. It's P38. Well, there you have it, folks. That's qualifying. Ryan Otis P1, John Vecchi P2, Austin McGill P3, Jeff Koffel P4, Peter Flanner 5th, Max Post 6, Gage 7, Jacob Simmons 8, Aiden Gortz 9, Alex Zier 10, Chris Chitterling 11, Matt Benson 12, Carter A. Thompson in 13, Joshua G 14, Kurt Moss 15, Brandon Burns 16, Marshall Scary 17, Elliot Burton 18, Connor Burns 19, Rodrigo Theory 20, Gene McClellan 21, Jake Daly 22, Dylan Thomas 23, Braden Downs 24, Adam Tingle 25, Richard Swidowski in 26, Prashant Jayaramon did get a time on the board. Prashant, congratulations, P27 for him. Joshua Jablonski in 28, Angel Bonello Soto in 29, Zach Peterson 30s, Eric Koonsman 31, Jackson Schlock 32, and Tyler Kern 33, Andrew Frank 34, Charlie Bass in 35, Seth Hansen 36, Isaac Gardner 37, Ethan Coyne in 38, Max Klein in 39, Rods for Justice 40, Lee McAllister 41, Lee Winters 42, Trey Misek 43, and Chris Stewart 44. And we have almost everyone. We actually have a lot of people not gridding just yet. So Chris Stewart is here. He just didn't set a time. So we're going to see 2 pro class drivers on the back row. Take a better look at that. Maybe I can get the chopper cam here. The blimp's gonna be not gonna do us justice, but yeah, we're gonna get the this is Chris Stewart's pro-am. All right, I thought he was pro. Never mind. Well, we'll see a pro-am and a pro charge to the field. See who's the biggest charger there. As it stands, we're gonna go just the first class or the class leader in every category. We have Ryan Otis P1, Jeff Koffold, who is sitting just behind him. Oh, actually behind John Javecki in 4th. He's leading the Pro-Ams. Aiden Gortz is back in 9th. And he's the one on the back end there. He in that purple livery. He is leading the AM class drivers. And for a first time, I think, we have 2 rookies, P1 and 2, right next to each other. That's kind of unheard of. Carter A. Thompson, the McLaren, is leading the rookie class right now. He's P13 the overall. Show Jake. Jake. Jake Daly? I don't think his livery loaded in for me because it is gray. Gray Porsche. Another Jake? Oh. Yeah. Although I will say, it is a... almost every livery has, or all the, everyone so far I think is working fairly well. Maybe not the black McLaren ones because there's like 3 or 4 of those that are just, their liveries are not showing up at all. But that could be just what they were running. All right. Well, we're about to go green. Is any going to be able? Who's going to be the ones that are going to make the moves here on this opening lap? So it looks like there's a gap formed right back there on Joshua D. And we're already at running here as we jump back on board. Ryan Otis is clearly leading over P1, and then John Javecki gets jumped by Austin McGill for P2, and now sliding in there is Peter Flanner, who just overtook a driver, and Jacob Simmons is trying to battle back here, but they're too wide through the snake, and there goes a driver off into the distance. I think that's Alex Zier, and we have another spinning driver, Max Poe, for Pax Oceani, and Jacob Simmons holding, or is actually not holding, but gaining 3 positions there as Jeff Koffold has fumbled back a little bit, 2 positions lost for him, and it is looking pretty strong for those drivers. Further back, you have drivers still holding out competition here. Elliot Burton and Joshua D. both up 5 positions. Sorry, that's Marshall Scari up 5 positions and Elliot Burton up 5. Joshua D is holding ground where he stands, but he now has a clear change in the order here. Further back, you have drivers all slotting in here, and they are still battling it out here. You have Joshua Justice trying to improve here through the hairpin. It's going to be really slow, but Trey Mistack, and there's a car that has some damage making up a spot, and that goes ahead of Charlie Bass. And now Joshua Justice trying to get ahead of Max Klein does so. Dylan Thomas looks to be on the receiving end of an incident. He's down 15. Carter A. Thompson down a lot more than that. And there you have it. Connor Burns is now down 5 from where he started. He's just behind Joshua Jablonski here. And Gene McClewin. It's only down 1 in 22nd. Ooh. These drivers are making a little bit of a switchback here. That's Tyler Kern just getting ahead of Isaac. And just further back is Trey Mistack, Andrew Frank battling it out here. Trey already showing up 10 positions gained. Gets ahead of Andrew Frank there in that white Ferrari. Oh no. Bit of some controversy. And we have a spin as well. And that is Angel Bonella Soto in the barrier. We'll get back to that. Back up to our top drivers here. Austin McGill is still behind Ryan Otis, but only by a couple of tenths. The margin hasn't changed much here as P1, 2, 3, and 4 are all within a second of each other. And then just 2.3 seconds back. Probably like 2 seconds, actually, but there's Jacob Simmons trying to rejoin this little snake. As they, this little pack, I should say, as it's kind of a big difference here. You have a 2.4 second gap here. Chris Schitterling has Matt Benson, who's leading Class AM class driver at the moment, and he's got a good margin. A little bit of a buffer. Where's his rivals? Jake Daly, go Jake. Oh, you know, Jake is in the pits. Something happened to him, so that is unfortunate. So if you're rooting for Jake, um, maybe he's repairing and he'll get back out there. He still has all the opportunity to gain back some of these positions lost. Oof. And there goes Joshua Jablonski and Prashant Jayaraman banging doors as it is. And that almost went badly. Pear-shaped, one might say. Alright. Wow, Ryan Otis setting the fastest time right there on that last lap, and he still has yet to shake Austin McGill. Yeah, that is an oh no. I could take a look at what happens shortly. We got a side-by-side here with Ethan Coyne and Trey Mistak, and Trey gets the job done into the first corner. Look at that. We have Max Klein and Carter A. Thompson, both in black McLarens. Can't even tell who's who. Actually, you can, by the number next to them. But this is a dance. Both of these drivers are rookies, and both, I think it's their first or second race, and through goes Carter A. Thompson on Max Klein. Take a brief replay of this. What happened here? Ooh, he just hit the... Oh, I think he got spun, technically, when he was slowing down. Oh, and this fight for this spot that Trey thought he had is no longer on the table, as Ethan Coyne has just passed him back. So he's only up 14. In the thick of it. Ole Marcello didn't know his wheel was out of just an unfortunate accident. 4 volts. Ole Marcello's not here, is he? Chris Stewart has an Aston Martin in front of him of Eric Koonsman with some damage, significant damage. That front end. Can Chris Stewart make a change? There's Connor Burns out there. Aiden Gwertz is... I think he's just waiting for all this stuff to pass. There goes Chris Stewart down the inside line in the first corner and gets the job done. So does Trey Mistak, trying to get by Ethan Coyne, and I don't think he does. Or he did, actually. Isaac Gardner was I think ahead of them. Down the straight as Ethan Coyne also got by. Is it Coyne? I don't know. Out of the pit. There we go. We have a lot of close driving here. Seth Hansen trying to get by on Eric Koonsman. Can't make it the spot there. And Frank also trying to jump up further up the order here. Some great battles happening here. This group in particular is Zach Peterson is at the tail end of this, and you have Gene McLuhan up at the top of it, leading this group. It's pack of 4. And then further back, you have almost a similar pack. Oh, Seth Hansen blinked in and out of existence. And you have a pack of 4 and a pack of 3 further back there. Carter A. Thompson at the back end of this. Joshua Justice in the middle. And Charlie Bass up in 31st, leading it. Now further up the order, we go to 1 through 10, I should say. Not much grouping here. Go further back, you have Marshall Scari leading this long line of drivers. Then you have Elliot Burton 12, Joshua G 13, Brandon Burns 14, Rodrigo Theory 15, Braden Daniels 16, Adam Tingle 17. And I would say Adam Tingle is kind of at the end of it because he's still within a tenth of the driver ahead of him. But these drivers are all within a second of each other, but not overall, but this is kind of a long snake. Bark Molly is my hero. Yeah, I get it. He's not here, though. He did not show up. With some interesting battles happening out on track, we're going to go briefly to the start of this race just to see what happened for some of these drivers on that unfortunate scenario. It was Alex Zier, first one in there. Yeah, he loses it on his own. He's in the barrier. Then Max Poe. Oh, he gets hit, I think, if you want to take it. He's going side by side with, I think, Gage Hines, maybe? Oh, well, I mean, I think he drove into that. If I, just off the brief look there. Then you have Jake Daly. Ooh. Just involved in it. It wasn't really his fault. Is that would probably be Dylan Thompson just loses it on his own. Had a little bit snap of his of the wheel there, and that's what got him involved in that. And see, he just loses on going over that curb. And so that was just a unfortunate set of circumstances for all those drivers involved in that one. And then yeah, I think that's kind of it. Let's see it again. The Dylan Thomas one. I'll do it this way. We'll do a chopper. He doesn't have any traction when he goes over that curbing. He gets too much of it, and that's kind of what got him into that set of circumstances. And then you had something further back. I think everyone was just jumbling up a little bit, but that was pretty much it. And then Lee Winters through 130R. Oh, big impact there. Take another brief look at that. What was going on here? Oof. There's nothing that you could do about that one. Aiden Gwertz on it. Oh, he tapped the rear. And then gets hit by Netcode. I believe that was Netcode because almost everyone else was able to avoid it. And then he just backs. Oh, he did get hit by Angel Bonello Soto there, but it's trying. He just backs out. He's on the full part of the track there. That's Angel Bonello Soto, who later has this. Whoa! That's what happened to Connor Burns. Did he not have a wheel there? Take a look again. Oh, so when he hit him, he wasn't able to turn his wheel. Even after turning, it no turn good. And Tyler Kern just got kind of a bump pass. And that's it. Just not that many. I thought it was going to be more chaotic than that, but as far as results go, take a brief reset on that one. Here's Carter A. Thomas on Andrew Frank down into the Casio triangle and gets the move done nicely. And we're back to live. Chris Stewart started on the last row, is in P22. This Pro-Am driver, thought he was pro, but I guess not. Yeah, they have him Pro-Am. But, yeah, he's hard charging right now. Trey Mistack is now up into P25 at 18 positions gained. Carter went into the pits already on lap 7 of 20. I don't think that's going to be the strategy. You could go to the end from lap 7. I think people are going to start pitting. You might go fully long on this one. You could be wrong on that. If you're still rooting for Jake Daly, he's out there on track. Hit on lap 1 after the incident. And, yeah, he's only down 16. He's in 38th at the moment. He still can catch a couple drivers by the end of this race as well. So there's that. Tyler Kern fighting for 34th, and he's got Steve McAllister just ahead of him. Take a look further up the order. A slight gap has formed. 1.8 seconds to P1. Ryan Otis isn't taking, like, he's not wholly away from this, but so he's still within like a pit stop strategy scenario of like less fuel and gets out quicker than him. That kind of driver strategy from Austin McGill, maybe even John Javecki as well. 2.3 second gap. It's definitely doable. So he's not walking away from it just yet. Still got a lot more laps to go, and only 2 that are really close together right now. Out of these top 10 drivers, John Javecki closer to Austin McGill, and then Gage Heinz is close to Jacob Simmons. You could say Chris Chitterling is also close. He's within a second, but it keeps bobbing up, like up and down from 0.8 to 0.9 to a second. But he's managing it. And then further back, you have Marshall Scari, who is just behind Kurt Moss here in the Aston Martin. And this group's still together. This is 4. Quite impressive, actually. Andrew Frank, up 4 spots since he started this race, and he's got Charlie Bass. I guess he made the move on Joshua Justice, because Joshua Justice was in the middle of this little group earlier in the race. And speaking of another group here, this is Chris Stewart. He's going to be able to get past Jackson Chalock for 20th. Going side by side into 130R. No. Going to be a let off there. Oof, Jackson Chalock into the barrier. That is rough. And is his car good? It looked like he lost his wing and everything else, but he's still out there. All right. Chris Stewart, now up 24 positions. Thought I was going to keep saying Trey Missack this race, but he's back in 25th. And they started right next to each other. Ethan Coyne? Tony? Coyne? New guys. It sounds like an East Coast name. I don't think I've ever heard of a Coyne. Anyway, it's trying to make a move here and does so. Jesus Christ, don't scare me. Eric Hoonsman just getting passed there by Ethan, and that's for 27th position. And you think it's almost over. It possibly could have been Seth Hansen sticking his nose in slightly, but then backs out, knowing it's just not there. But maybe through the hairpin, he'll try to make this move. Blank Dino, thank you for the follow. Does Hansen not through the hairpin either? And it looked like Ethan was kind of slow to get on power there. And it was definitely something, because now these drivers are kind of splitting up a little bit. Prashant, the back end here of this little group, it was 4 of them, but now it's just 3. Chris Stewart is walking away from these drivers. One more look here at the only anime waifu we have on the grid here. That's a Miku as well. Nice. Where's that other guy? There's another guy out here that does that. Trey Mistak overtakes Shashi Schlock right there through the before the Casio Triangle, technically. Eric definitely won't need to worry about overheating the engine, that's for sure. No, he won't. There it is. Seth Hansen. Can he try to make the move again? Through turn 1, he's going to follow. Other driver looking to make a move here is Chris Chitterling on Jeff Koffold. This would be for the lead of the Pro-Ams. The battle for the Pro-Am class lead is on 7th and 8th, and they are far away from the next Pro-Am. Jake is number 1, but we still like Hatsune Miku. Yeah, so Kurt Moss, this driver in this Aston Martin, he is P3. So the battle for P1 and 2, there's 8.6 seconds to Chris Schirling right now. So the rest of the Pro-Ams as followed is Kurt Moss, Marshall Scari, and Elliot Burton. All three of these. Then you have Joshua D behind them, the rookie class leader. Then another set of Pro-Ams. Brandon Burns, Rodrigo Theory, and then Braden Daniels. All Pro-Ams. It's pretty impressive. Oh, and did I mention who splits those P1 and 2? It's Matt Benson, who is in his own planet right now. I mean, he's probably singing to himself. He's got a 6.3 second gap to P8, a 3.3 second gap behind him. He's putting in pretty good laps here. And it looks like Brandon Burns, Elliot Burton, and Rodrigo Theory are passing Joshua D. Maybe, but it looks like Joshua D gave that to them almost. I'm not sure what that was about, and he looks to give that one as well. Joshua Jablonski is by, and so does Braden Daniels. I'm not sure about this one. This one's kind of confusing. He purposefully let 3 Pro-Ams by. He's not even a lap down. That's going to be one. Brandon flashed for the stream. This could have been it. Yeah. And we liked the UT car until we found out it was Tennessee. Go Longhorns. Sorry, got to rep that real UT. University of Tennessee. Okay, there's another one. Sorry I didn't say it, but Adam Tingle making a move on Joshua D. Maybe there's some damage. Oh, I think we do have damage here. We're going to go on the gyro here. Is it manageable? It looks to be manageable, but he's definitely got something slowing down full top speed. You can see that right front is... And the bumper is also not as straight. I don't know if they'll fully do it, but he was perfectly capable of keeping pace with those guys. But on that last lap, he did a 2:01. Very odd. These two still keeping close together, but no change in the order just yet. I'm going to go over to Joshua Jablonski, who's caught the back end here of these Pro-Am drivers, Rodrigo Theory being the one just in front of him. Joshua Jablonski up 13, maybe up 14 as he goes... I think he's going to stay side by side through turn 1. And he gets the job done on Rodrigo Theory there. It's two ever so close. But curious what the mindset here is for Chris Chitterling. Is he trying to make a pass, or is he just trying to keep up and make some change in the pits? Always wonder for the title fight, like for the class win. You always wonder, but he's just keeping the same pace, and there's been no real split from these two. Joshua Jablonski, on the other hand, he's a pro trying to get through some Pro-Ams right now, and it's not going to do it here. Ooh, it's awfully close to Brandon Burns. Right where we want to be, one lap about to pull over Verstappen starting in the pits. Well, Jake is doing not... Whoa! And look at Adam Tingle is trying to get a good reaction out of that one. And down goes Jablonski and Richard Sweaterski maybe trying to make a move. Jablonski not wanting to... I think it's over there. He's going to have to slot back in. His tires are probably cooked. Just behind him is Chris Stewart up 25 spots. Going back over, Jake Daly is right there in that mix. He is 35th at the moment, but he's already gained a bunch of positions back from where he lost. So he's not doing too bad. Lee Winters also still in it. He had a mix-up at the start, so did Aiden Gwertz. They're still in it. They're trying. Connor Burns has a meatball, so it's going to take a while for him to get back out there. And Gene McLuhan, the Miku, is in the pits. I think this is going to be a scheduled pit stop for a lot of drivers now. We'll see how it's going to shape up. First driver to go out there is Joshua D. And sorry, everyone else. This is Jake fan chat. It's all right. You root for your drivers. It's good. Or your just driver, I guess. But anyway, Joshua D down 15 spots. He now sees Joshua Jablonski out ahead of him. Also pit on the last lap. Trey Mistak popping back out there. He pit on lap 11. And he's still doing fairly well. What is going on here with Joshua D? He would have had to have... I don't know. Did misses braking? Braking? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just an oopsie. All right. Eric Koonsman out there with a facelift on that front end. Got Andrew Frank just ahead of him, who's also on an outlap. This Mad Max Rock. You hate this game? Like, what? This game is a joke. iRacing? iRacing's a simulator, folks. It's not a game. Because in the infamous words of a very, very interesting person, I don't play games, I race. There you go. Not my words, but the words of an enthusiast. My wheel reset and went into the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate. Mad Max. Oh, would have been Lee Winters then? Or Max Klein? Oh, Max Klein. Yeah. When did you hit the wall? Was it a while ago? Lap 4. I'm scrolling down. I don't see any Max Klein things. Paige Hines still hot on the press here for Jacob Simmons, but no change in the order from those two. Trey Mistak has Steve McAllister ahead of him, and he's trying to make the move. Steve's got a good defense going on Trey Mistak. Max, if you could tell me the lap, I might be able to find it. Pass somebody. Doesn't even say that you went slow at any point. Yeah, it's an odd one. All right. Oh, Richard Swiderski's in the pits now. Now we got all these drivers exiting the pits. And it looks pretty good. Ryan Otis is out there, who's already on his outlap. We have drivers that have just ahead of Ryan Otis, and they have not pit. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Austin McGill came out just behind Ryan Otis. John Javecki It's a bit of a gap as well with these drivers. There's only 2 drivers that are still close, and that is Gage Hines and Jacob Simmons. And Gage did get ahead of Jacob Simmons after the pit, but we can see why. Jacob took a 35.5 to Gage's 34.6 as the difference there. Now Trey Mistak gaining up to 22nd now as a bunch of drivers are on the exit there. It looks to be a pretty decent race here for Gene, as they're only down 1, and they got a couple more drivers that are going to be coming into the pits anyway. So they might pass that one. Can you check Isaac Gardner? That's my teammate. Yeah, there's Isaac. Isaac. Here we go. He's actually in a battle with Tyler Kern. And easy goes it. Tyler Kern went off track, and that was an we take those moment. Didn't even have to battle him too hard for that spot. It's up into 31st. Up 6 spots where he started this race, where he qualified. That was, I don't know if it was driver error more than a fight, but he was still giving him a lot of space there when they were going side by side through the snake. And yeah, it was good clean. Ryan Otis now retaking the top there as these drivers are in the pits. And we'll see what happens here with those ones. Now look at that. Further back. Oh no. Chris Chitterling. Jeff. Dang it. Jacob Simmons. That was one. Oh! Oh! Could have just put that think differently right there on the think different, yeah, on the just the Valhalla drivers going sideways through the first corner. Rough stuff. Where'd that put him, by the way? Gage went into the pits. Yeah. Well, that's rough. What can you do? I think I was watching too much Alan Blunted Gage. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Richard Swiderski was doing fairly well in this race. Oh, too much curb. And then, gosh, Newton's laws of motion there coming to an end. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with that one right there. Can't. Yeah, definitely can't. One was rough. Briefly, there was an incident that occurred earlier. This was Steve McAllister. Just lost it on the inside there. Then Aiden Gwertz, who already had an incident earlier in the race, through 130R, loses it. Yeah. When it rains, it pours. So that's going to be a slogan for that one. And, yeah, Gage Hines. Let's take a look here at this chopper cam and see how this really happened. Jacob goes to the outside. There's a juke down the inside. A little nice nudge there. And yeah, that might have damaged the car. One more at this one. Yep, can't do that. And Seth Hansen losing it all on his own. To Spoon. Unfortunate, but it looks like he was able to avoid all things, and he's still up 9 spots. Peter Flanner, who was doing fairly well in this race, he's tumbling down the order, and That's a free spot for everyone. I'm going to tell you that right now. But he is disconnected, so he's disconnected fully. Isaac Gardner is actually getting close to a battle here. He's got Ethan Coyne just ahead of him, and that's a 6 second, 7 tenths. It's going back to 6. And as he continues driving, he's gained 9, and in a second he'll gain 10. It's probably not going to switch until the next lap, but he has now gone up a position into 28th. Jesus. Don't say it, guys. Don't do that. Don't soil the chat with alpha brain rot, Gen Alpha brain rot. You know, if it is them or the Zoomers who created it, there's a good move down the inside line. Inside a corner there over Braden Daniels. Joshua Jablonski now up 15 spots. Kind of, after that spin, he regained composure and is now doing fairly well. Another driver that's doing fairly well is Kurt Moss up 4. He's got Rodrigo Theory just ahead of him. And I think Rodrigo passed Kurt. Chris Stewart thought he was going to make a move here on Braden Daniels, but he didn't. It was really close down the start straight finish. Where's the next race at? That's a great question. A great commentator would know where the next race is at. An average one will tell you, I'm not sure. Where's... Oh, we have a battle, so I have to look at that. Chris Stewart trying to make a change here. Unable to make that happen there. It's at Bathurst. Then we go to the Nürburgring GP layout, and then Mugello. But it's going to be the Nürburgring GP layout, so just the Grand Prix, no Nürburgring fully. So you don't have to... So everybody that's afraid of that track, you don't have to be afraid. It's just the cool bits. Well, one of these drivers is going to pass the other. I think it's going to go to Trey Mistak first, as he passes Adam Tingle. Casio Triangle. And now, is it going to be Chris Stewart down the start straight? He's got 3/10 right here. There goes Trey Mistak. It looks like that's a lap traffic of Lee Winters letting him by. Not here either for Chris Stewart. 5 laps to go, and Kurt Moss, who's still got a little bit of pressure here on Rodrigo Theory. It's his tongue twister sometimes. Is this the moment? Kurt Moss trying to fight back here, and it looks like he's got it side by side. And no, not there. He was so close, though. And it is not there. All right. We got Joshua Jablonski. Lost it. And all those spots he gained, he ended up losing. It's twice now for him. Another driver. When it rains, it pours. Because it's had 2 spins now. Isaac Gardner driving slowly. I think he is just exiting the pit lane. But he's out there. Isaac is in P30. 7 positions gained for him. Okay, Max. Can you commentate all races? You're my best so far. I didn't even see that. Yeah, Jeff. That's what he's. I think that's exactly what he's saying. I don't think anyone else knows that. I mean, a lot of people know, but I don't think that's what he's referring to. there. Jeff. uh, we have a secondary broadcast, and that's the V's and race on Thursdays. Sometime. Oh no, Kurt. Not a bad spin though, because it's only lost one spot there. Uh, smells like smells like something, but not that. All right, we got a battle of the AMs. Look at this. 4 laps to go, and 4 of them are all bunched up together for 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. In the back is Jackson Schlock right there in 24th in the Beluth Company Racing. That white, red, and blue is Eric Koonsman. Andrew Frank in 23rd in the Ferrari, and then Joshua Justice also in it. We got 4 AM class drivers really going for it. Where are they at position-wise? They're 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th in class. Need an update on Jake. Jake is still out there, and he's got one driver he's going to be battling, and it's going to be Lee Winters. 4 laps to go and half a second between the two, and it looks like Jake was able to get the power down just a little bit more than Lee on exit, and is this going to be the moment that Jake takes it? And so far, he's actually ahead of him, and through Spoon, he gets the move down before they even get into the corner, and through goes Jake Daly. And these 4 will definitely be battling to the end here. John Javecki, he's getting ever so close to Austin McGill, trying to chip away at it, but you can see the difference here. Our leading driver in the pro class is Ryan Otis. And I don't know if it's for a first time ever or a bit ago, but I haven't seen a 1-2-3 in the pro standings in a while. Right now it's Ryan Otis, Austin McGill, and John Javecki. Jacob Simmons is in 4th, just behind. And then you have Jeff Koffold, who's got a 6-second gap to Chris Chitterling. Look at that. Chris Chitterling had a 42.4 on his pit stop. Meaning that battle for P1 in class for the Pro-Ams, not even on the register anymore with 3 laps to go. Jeff's comfortably leading it. Matt Benson in the AM class. He is P7. And like I said, he is singing to himself. Marshall Scari's 1.9 seconds back. And with 3 laps to go, this driver could comfortably say he's going to keep this spot. He is P7 overall, P1 in class. Back over to Trey Misek, who's trying to catch the end here of what's that? Braden Daniels. The biggest movers on the grid. Chris Stewart, who's in just ahead in 31 positions gained. Braden Daniels has 10, and Trey Misek has 28. Trying to make it 29. And not to leave out the rookies, and they are close. Where is the driver? Here we go. Gene McCluon is leading and has Joshua D. Jesus Christ. That's so loud. Joshua D. is in shooting distance. He's got a 1.1 second gap with 2 laps to go. It might be possible, but if it stands right now, this rookie is going to win in class. But it might be the closest gap we have between 2 class drive championships right now. There's a 1.1 second gap between the rookies. Every other gap formed is too much. Here is Trey on the outside of the first corner. Is this going to be it? Is it going to be enough? It's not right there. That one bitch here. Thank you. Jake's on fire. That guy isn't real. Get off the plane. I don't know what you're... I don't like pickles. I hate them, actually. And while I was not paying attention, there goes Trey Mistek and gets ahead and makes it 29. P13 and 14 for the drivers that started on the back row of the grid. Chris Stewart ahead. And where is Ryan Otis here? Is that 130R? A lot of gaps have formed. Say that. A lot of gaps. There's the white flag. And he can see his competition right there in the distance. But that is 6.6 seconds of a distance. John Javecki still has a chance here. Ooh. He had 9 retirements from this race, folks. 9. It's a lot. These two are our closest battle. That one that was shaping up in the AM class isn't really... We'll take a look at it, but they haven't really trying to make a moves there. Not Jake, he fought back. Jake did. Jake's up there in 33rd. This is his final lap. Isaac Gardner, another driver. Somebody was requesting Isaac. I think that was Max. But yeah, he's in 30th still. Positive gains there. Through Spoon, Ryan Otis goes. Probably won't catch Steve. He's got 3 seconds ahead of him. Steve will have to do the full lap. As it is, Ryan Otis, P1, Jeff Koffel, 2. Or sorry, thinking about the rookies, or the class differences. For the Anyway, we won't even talk about that. That's good. Ryan Otis, everybody. Putting on a clinic. Had only competition at the start of the race, and then it kind of just fell off. 7 seconds difference. There he goes to win this one. P1 for him. Austin McGill crossing the line into second. John Javecki third. Jacob Simmons fourth. Jeff Koffold in fifth. First in class. Chris Chitterling in I think Peter Flannery by. 6 for him. Matt Benson, first in class, 7th overall. Good job, Ryan Marshall in 8th. Brandon Burns in 9th. Rodrigo Theory in 10th. Elliot Burton, 11th. Kurt Moss, 12th. Chris Stewart in 13th. Famous Tag, 14. Braden Daniels, 15. Adam Tingle, 16. Gene, first in class, wins 17th for the rookies. Joshua Jablonski in 18, Joshua D in 19, Prashant Jayaraman in 20, Zach Peterson 21, Joshua Justice. It's actually battling it out here still. It is not fully decided, but it is now, as Joshua Justice is going to finish 22nd, Jackson Shalak 23rd, Andrew Frank 24th, Eric Koonsman 25th, Seth Hansen 26th, Tyler Kern in 27, Ethan Coyne in 28, Charlie Bass in 29. Drivers that have already 29 for him. Isaac Gardner is still out there. Drivers that have finished: Peter Flander in 32, Jake Daly 33, Richard Swiderski 34, Lee Winters 35, Gage Heinz in 36, Aiden Gortz 37, Max Klein 38, Carter A. Thompson 39, and then Isaac Gardner goes across the line into 30, Steve McAllister into 31st in the second. Dylan Thomas 40, Connor Burns 41, Angel Bonello Soto 42, Max Poe 43, and Alex Zier 44. That is the last of it, folks, but let's see if we have any of the winners that want to have a conversation. Maybe. Go to results here. And we'll see. We'll see in a second. Bear with me. Results. Let's see them again. As it stands, the pro driver was Ryan Otis for that finished first overall. And then Jeff Koffold was 5th overall, first in class for the Pro-Ams. Matt Benson, 7th overall, first in class for the AMs. And then again, John McCluan in 17th overall for first in class for the rookies. And that is the end of the race. And here's your drivers. Great use out of everybody, I believe. And yeah, the waifu was able to win for their class. So congratulations to that person. It looks like no one's going to join me, so I'm going to call it. Thank you everybody for joining me, and no driver interviews for this one. Everybody have a good evening. Don't forget to watch the V's and Rays on Thursdays, streamed by Jeff Lubitsch, and he is he's a great commentator. So go watch those ones on Thursdays, same time. This week we have the BWEC Endurance Championship for this Tuesday, so we might broadcast that one as well. If that is going to be broadcast, it's going to be broadcasted by a different person. But those are endurance races. They're pretty cool to watch. There's a lot of fun action out of those ones. And then on Wednesdays, not streamed, but you could always join our Oval Racing League. It's a very beginner friendly league, so it's yeah, it's been fun. Thank you everybody, and have a good evening.